All right, hello, amazing artists. This week we're going to be creating our own version of the Starry Night. So first you can use crayons, markers, paints, whatever you choose. Preferably a black piece of construction paper, but if you just have white, that is okay. So I'm going to start off with a black crayon, and I'm going to make a tree. Almost looks like a flame top. Then I'm going to make some hills. So one bump, two, and then three. And make about 3 half circles. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add detail by using lines. Remember how we learned about lines this week? Lines create emotion, detail, and a texture. So I want you just to get your black crayon paint, and I want you to make sure that you're using strokes or lines just all over the hills. Alright, now what I want you to do is I want you to draw 3 squares within the hills. These are going to be your houses. So then on top of those squares I want you to add a triangle. And then after you're done with this, we're going to start adding a little bit of color. So I want you to grab any shade of blue you like. And I want you just to go ahead and fill in with lines and dashes. I know you guys are going to do a great job. Once you're done adding some blue lines throughout your hills, what I want you to do next is get any shade of green, and I want you to do the same exact thing you did with the blue. And this is going to create color. Alright. Now the next thing we're going to do is I want you to color in your houses white. Just like that. Once you do that, you can get a shade of blue, a shade of green, and I want you just to do a few lines within the house. Just like that. Alright. Now, the next thing we're going to do is add some lines, more like squiggles. It's not a straight line, and I want it just to give some detail to the tree that we did. Just like that. After you do that with your black crayon, you can go in and do the same lines straight down with a blue crayon and a green crayon. Alright, now we get to the fun part. We're going to get a white crayon or paint or oil pastel, whatever you have at home, and we are going to create our wind and swirl. So we are going to do something like this. Remember, this is all about lines, so once we have our swirl, we're just going to fill it in with some white lines. Remember not to color in, we're just doing strokes with lines. Does not need to look perfect. Just little dashes all through your wind. You guys are doing amazing. Alright, once you finish your dashes for your wind and swirls, remember you can add as many swirls as you want. This is just to give you an idea of what you can do. Now I'm going to take my blue crayon and I'm going to add dashes within those swirls. And if you're using paint, you want there to be brush strokes. Then you're going to take a green crayon and do the same thing. Alright. The next thing we're going to do is create our stars. And what is a starry night without its stars? We're going to make some circles, wherever you want to make them. You're going to use a yellow. Then when you make it glow, you're just going to do some half lines all around, just so it looks like it's glowing. Just like this. Amazing job. So the last thing we want to do, I'm going to create a big yellow. Just because I want some extra glow. Alright, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to fill in the rest of our sky with some color. So I'm going to get a lighter blue and go ahead and make some dashes all through the sky. And you can do that with as many colors as you want. So you can do it with green, you can do it with yellow again. However you want to do it. You can do more stars, you can do more swirls. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I cannot wait to see what you create, and have a wonderful day.